So today I picked up the first issue of Gargoyles in Dynamite's new comic book run. It's hot off the presses and it should be at your local game shops now. This is a comic book that I've been excited about since I heard it was coming out a few months ago. This is one of my big driving nostalgia franchises, so I'm always excited when there's new content. I remember when Disney Plus first launched, this was one of the first things I looked up. I even went through the entire series, watched with my 7-year-old, and he loved it. So I read through the comic when I got home with it today, and I enjoyed it, so I figured I would leave some sort of review for it. A bit of background about this: it is based on a 1990s cartoon show by the same name, Gargoyles, and the comic book is actually written by the series creator, Greg Weisman. It's actually a really good sign that this is canon because it is the series creator. Speaking of canon, it can get a little bit foggy because there are 3 seasons of the TV show, but only season 1 and season 2 are considered canon. The 3rd season is a bit notorious. It's called the Goliath Chronicles, and I believe it was made without the original creator, Greg, so it's not really usually considered canon. And from the first few pages of this, you can kind of tell that this takes place before the Goliath Chronicles, or just ignoring them entirely. It does seem like this takes place a little while after season 2, because there are some characters that maybe weren't there whenever the show left off at the end of season 2. The book starts out with a short action sequence, but short is the keyword here. It's only a few pages long. And then after that, it does get into some really heavy exposition. There's a lot of catch-up to do. I'm assuming that this is from the writers of the book wanting fans of the show to watch it, but not wanting to exclude a new audience, so they have to reintroduce every character. And it feels like they're doing that for almost the rest of the issue. Now, they spend a lot of time introducing characters, but there are a couple of distinct characters that are missing, so fingers crossed that they will be in future issues. But for now, it seems like it's setting up 2 different stories that are going on, and both of them, they have potential, but we haven't really gotten much yet. This was a very low-key first issue. There wasn't a lot happening, but the groundwork is there that they will build into more stories. Like I said before, I did enjoy the comic book, but that doesn't make it perfect. I assume that a lot of this is my excitement and anticipation, my nostalgia taking over, but I do see a few flaws. Mainly the flaws are the just parade of constant characters and the heavy exposition, but if you can get past that, I do believe they're setting up really good storylines. The first issue ended showing us a potential villain for the next issue, and that makes me think that there will be a lot more action in issue 2, so we're really hoping that we're going to go places with that. As far as the art, it is still a very cartoony style, but it is very different from the cartoon show as is. All the characters are still the same characters, they look very much the same, you're going to recognize all of them. There is one character who is maybe not in his most well-known appearance, but if you've seen the show, you'll definitely know what's going on. I did pick up a few alternate art covers, so I'll show y'all which ones I got on the screen right here. One cover that I'm particularly excited about is a retail incentive that was the original Marvel comic book back in the 90s, a sort of homage to that one. So it definitely seems like they're not forgetting their roots. There's still a lot that we don't know, but issue 2 comes out in January, so I'll probably be back again to give y'all my thoughts on that.